Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Rock Band and Guitar Hero Live, your weekly wrap-up. And we had a pretty light week compared to what we had in the previous weeks, largely because E3 is over, and probably the developers are back hard at work finishing up the games for this fall's release. So let's talk about what we learned this week. Now, there was some interesting Rock Band 4 news, some new tidbits we learned. If you guys remember last week, I talked about the Freestyle solo trailer that gave some clues as to what bands would be on disc. Well, that post on the Rock Band forums is still going on. Apparently somebody actually went and did a freeze frame of every single clue and showed which band they thought was on there. So I'll put the link where you guys can go check it out on the Rock Band forums. Really crazy the amount of detail those kinds of guys notice. Some of the bands that people picked out were bands like Four Non Blondes, AC/DC, Aerosmith, Arctic Monkeys, Black Keys, Blondie, Brad Paisley, Bruce Springsteen, Cake. Some people assume that Cake would not be in the game because they've been one of those bands who don't want to put their music in, plastic instrument kind of games. Earth, Wind & Fire, Eagle Eye Cherry, Fall Out Boy, Gin Blossoms, Imagine Dragons, Judas Priest, The Offspring, Paramore, Scorpion, Smashing Pumpkins, Styx, Tom Petty, U2, The Vaccines, The Wallflowers, and many more. So if you guys want to see the entire list, go click the link in the description box below. You can see it there and add on to the discussion. Let's turn now to some interesting tidbits we learned about Rock Band 4 this week. On a post on Reddit, somebody had put a suggestion that, hey, it would be great on the Rock Band music store if we could have a checkout kind of a service like you have on Amazon, where you just keep adding your songs to the cart, and then you just use a shopping cart at the end, and then you can just pay once for all the songs you want to buy. Well, one of the developers from Harmonix replied back and said, well, I think you'll be pretty happy with what you see in the music store in Rock Band 4. So it's kind of hinting that, hey, we're going to see some sort of shopping cart included in the music store. I think it's a great addition because it's so cumbersome to go to each song, buy it, download it, and then, go to the next song. I really hope they do see that. We do see that in Rock Band 4. I think we will, based on those comments from the developer. We also learned that regarding the leaderboards for people who play guitar solos, the one thing I was wondering was, well, with this new freestyle solos, how do the leaderboards work? And I know there's a large segment of the population that loves just getting the high scores like I do. How are their scores going to be calculated? Well, when it comes to the guitars, Harmonix recognizes that they have that hardcore fan base, and there will be leaderboards solely for people who just want to do beat matching. So if you don't want to play freestyle guitar solos and just get the high score and just play the normal gameplay like the old school Rock Band, you can still do that. There will be a leaderboard for those kinds of people. The other thing we also learned, and this was sort of hinted last week, is that when it comes to the freestyle guitar solos, they're sort of changeable on the fly. So you can be playing a freestyle solo and then decide, hey, I don't feel like doing freestyle solos in this song anymore. I just want to play the actual solo like it's charted. Well, you can do that. It's sort of like changing the difficulty during a song. So if you press the D-pad or some other button, you can cycle between playing freestyle solos and just playing the charted solo. So that's really cool too. Turning now to other news besides Rock Band, Harmonix talked a little bit about a project they're working on regarding Project Morpheus for the PlayStation 4, the new virtual reality system that seems to be coming out, in the next year or so. And Harmonix is developing a game. It's more of a music visualizer that, you can put in any song in this music visualizer, and it'll basically come up with these different environments and different experiences. Like we've seen in other music visualizers. There'll be a 3D visualizer, and then the cool thing is you can actually interact with some of the objects in the environment. Now, they've said you can just play any song of yours that you have in your collection, and the visualizer will actually analyze the beats and break down the song into different sections, and then come up with actual visualizers that way. It seems like a cool idea. I'd love to see this in Rock Band 4 or some sort of future Rock Band game. Perhaps it will be maybe something we see down the road in the form of DLC. Turning now to Guitar Hero Live news, we had 20 songs confirmed by Activision that will be on Guitar Hero TV. I'm not going to go through the entire list. I did a video earlier on it. I will put the songs in the description box below. Some of them off the top of my head were ZZ Top, we had Bruno Mars, we had a bunch of other songs I can't remember right now, but you can click the description box and see them below. We also learned a little bit about the All Access Pass. So with Guitar Hero TV, if you're having a bunch of friends over, or you just want to sample what songs are available on the on-demand service, you can just pay a fee, and you can unlock all the songs on the on-demand service for a limited time, and you can play those songs as much as you want until your pass expires. So that's a cool new feature that's going to be coming out. No pricing is really being announced for it. And then turning to the last piece of Guitar Hero Live news, I noticed I was seeing Twitter today, and they posted a picture of the Guitar Hero Live guitar, in two pieces. And it seems like it will have a detachable neck. If I remember correctly, I thought Rock Band 1 guitars had a detachable neck on them. But it looks like the Guitar Hero Live guitar may in fact have a detachable neck. They haven't confirmed that, but if you go look on their Twitter account. I think it's the last post they just had on their Twitter feed. It looks like it will have a detachable neck. That basically does it. Actually, the last piece of news I have for you guys is that I know Amplitude was at E3. There wasn't a lot of coverage about it. I think the main focus was just Rock Band 4. But GameSpot did do a preview of Amplitude, and they had a pretty, positive preview of the game. If you guys want to read it, the link is in the description box below. That does it for this week's wrap-up of all the music games. If you guys want to stay up to date on all things Rock Band 4, Guitar Hero Live, and Amplitude, click the subscribe button. Take care.